Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of 1990's Represent. We're wrapping up our third cycle of 1991 with a computer game, and this episode we're talking about Sid Meier's Civilization. I absolutely love this game. I love the entire Civilization series. That's one of my favorite game series of all time. Put in countless hours, if not days, into these games over the years, like Civilization. I remember playing Civ 2. I don't remember if I did Civ 3, but Civ 4 I really liked. There was like Civ 5, Civ 6. Whenever they do another one, I'll be definitely picking that up. Even did Beyond Earth, the kind of futuristic sequel where you were, maybe not really a sequel, but you were colonizing space instead of Earth. Basically, like Earth was dying in the like little trailer for that. And you start a new kind of civilization in space as well. So that one was really good. I have some notes about the game. We're going to discuss those notes, and then we will do gameplay for this game as well. We actually just bring up here the thing I was looking for, just so I can get the kind of information I need off of it. There we go. All right, cool. So we are good to go there. Have my notebook. We're going to then just discuss the game and all that kind of stuff. So, Sid Meier Civilization, couldn't find an actual release date. Just said September 1991. Released on a ton of different platforms. Let me actually just bring up the list of platforms. That's what I was looking up earlier. We're looking at DOS, the Amiga, PC 98, Atari ST, Windows, Mac, Super Nintendo, Sony PlayStation, and Sega Saturn all had versions of this game released on those systems. Let me actually pull this notes again. First time I played this was on my friend's Mac back in 1995. He had the game, and I don't even know if you're playing the game properly. Like, I really just like seeing whenever like an improvement was added to your one of your cities, and when you get like an animation, it's like you built the city walls, and the city walls would just kind of pop up. You would build a wonder of the world, and you would see it in an animation. That was really cool. I've never been particularly really good at these games. I always preferred doing just like the scientific / cultural route through these games. I was never particularly good at the like military side of things. Civ 4 had a thing where I think you could basically just steamroll other cities or just super fortify your own cities. I think they were like jokingly called like stacks of doom, because you could just have like early game, you just have like stacks of archers in your city, and your city was basically impenetrable. It's really cool. You could also do that with like, I think, attacking. In Civ 5 they moved to I think Civ 4 was still like a grid system. Civ 5 moved to like a hex system, and then that's when they started limiting, I think, like one unit per hex, so you couldn't do the stacks of doom or anything like that anymore. But I've never been particularly good at the military side of things. Also, sometimes the AI gets really weird when you're like doing like, you have a treaty with one nation, and then like suddenly they just like turn on you for what seems like almost like no reason. So there's some weirdness there, but I would always prefer doing just like cultural and like scientific victories, like getting to space, or I think one of the win conditions in one of them was like for a cultural victory was to like create the internet or something like that. I don't recall if that was an actual. I don't remember if that was a thing. I think it was. But I would always prefer to do the kind of cultural and like art kind of stuff, like open like museums and things like that. But tons of different ways to play it. You could play it and just be like completely like a warmonger, just go after every other civilization until you're the last remaining. You can win through like cultural stuff as well, and all that kind of starts in this game here. The games have been greatly improved on over the years, but absolutely loved it. First time I said I played it was back in 1995. Been hooked on the series pretty much ever since. It was designed by obviously Sid Meier, but also Bruce Shelley of Microprose. They formed Microprose, I think, in the early '80s, and they were doing like a lot of like flight simulators at the time. But this was actually based on a board game, a 1980 board game by Francis Tresham. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. And they had done two previous attempts. I think some other companies had previously tried to adapt the board game into a computer game a couple times before Sid Meier eventually like kind of like got the formula right, basically. So a couple attempts to do that. He was inspired by the kind of the God game genre that had popped up, like Populous and SimCity and things like that. So a lot of those games kind of like influence Civilization in a couple different ways. Let's see, like there's various. The cool thing with Civilization is there's various systems at play at any one time. So there's like obviously you have your city building and your city planning. You have your whole like military system. You have your science advisors that are like, hey, we should research this or that. And then there's kind of like what you're building. Tons of different systems working kind of like concurrently to kind of like make the game function. It's really cool. And those are present here because you're doing research to get new technology. You're then applying that technology to get like better units or better like city improvements, and then also like government changes and things like that. Originally, apparently, according to my research, this was done as an RTS. I think they had started prototyping it as a real-time strategy game, and then I think they had to go back and finish. I think it was like Covert Action, like another game. So they finished up another game, and then when they went back to Civilization, they went from a real-time strategy game in their prototype to a turn-based strategy game, which I think is a great. I'm not great at real-time strategy games, but also Civilization just has that kind of like very addictive. Just one more turn, and you know those one more turn turns into like 50 more turns, which turns into like 100 more turns. By the time you're done taking turns, you know, like the sun's coming up or something like that. And you can just waste, you know, like hours upon hours in these games. Let's see what we got here. Before we get to the gameplay, one really kind of cool, very funny thing is there's a whole meme, and it kind of became like a thing in the game, where Gandhi would just basically just be like, we have nuclear weapons and we're going to use them against you. Apparently the reason that happens, and I'm not sure how the math works in here because it deals with integers. I'm not particularly great with math. But I guess the kind of aggression scale is done as an unassigned integer. And I think the aggression value for, what's it called? For Gandhi is set at 1. I think 1 is supposed to be low because Gandhi, like generally in real life and in the game, initially is kind of very like pacifist, like very much like a pacifist in the game. But there's something that happens when I think it's when a nation or a civilization discovers the democracy by like going through the researches democracy and unlocks it. Since it's an 8-bit unassigned integer, it drops the aggression scale of I think other nations by -2. So in theory, it should just drop Gandhi from 1 to from basically a 1 to a 0 to a -1. So it should just be a -1 for the aggression scale. But something happens where it ends up making it the way the integer. I think since it's unassigned, or like I said, I'm not really great with integers. But what happens is that thing that should just be a -1 ends up becoming -255. So it goes from being like the most kind of like pacifistic or the like least likely to fight based on like their aggression scale to having a -255, which makes Gandhi insanely aggressive. So the whole meme is like Gandhi's like, we've discovered nuclear weapons. And it's kind of like become a kind of like a running joke with the series how Gandhi just basically is like ready to just drop nukes on people. But that's it for this kind of portion of the video. We're now going to jump into some gameplay. I don't know if there's any current version of this game that is just like available on like GOG or anything like that. I found a website, I'll leave a link in the description, to where basically you can play a lot of old DOS games in like a web browser, or I guess if you have DOSBox, you can also run that. I think the web browser emulator is also running it off DOSBox. But basically, it's just a web browser version that lets you play Civilization in your browser. So we're going to be using that for our gameplay capture, and we'll be right back with that. All right, and here we are back in this is the emulated version of Civilization. Again, there'll be a link in the description to check this out. To ad-lib sounds, keep mouse and keyboard. Let's start a new game here. And I always kind of love these just introduction screens here. All right, here, let's see if we can get started. So there's various difficulties. So you have Chieftain being the easiest, and Emperor being the toughest. I'm going to go a little bit more medium here. We're going to go for Warlord. Other civilizations playing, we'll go with 5 civilizations. And so we have these various tribes to pick from, or civilizations. There's Roman, Babylonian, German, Egyptian, American, Russian, Zulu, French, Aztec, and Chinese. I always like going with Roman, so I'm going to go with that one. Go with Caesar. So we already have knowledge of irrigation, mining, alphabet, ceremonial burial, and roads. So those are basically our starting technologies here. This here is our settler. We can move the settler kind of like around. So we move here. And we'll do an orders here. Let's found our new city. So we founded Rome. And then let's see what else we can do. So that's basically the very beginnings of our civilization. And now this is our kind of like our city production screen. So what we can produce here, we can change this. We can build another settler, we can build militia, we can build barracks or temples. Let's build a barracks because that'll help us out. And that takes 20 turns. Basically just hit enter to end the turn, enter the end of turn. And you just do that for a little bit. All right, so we built our barracks. Let's see what else we can do. Probably build some military now. That'll take 5 turns to build our militia. There's our militia. We're going to give it orders. I think there's orders to fortify, I think. So fortify will just kind of strengthen the city there. And here is our science advisor. So now we can we can research the code of laws, we can research map making, bronze working, mysticism, the wheel, and pottery. Do the wheel first. We have another thing. We're going to fortify that as well. Let's fortify that unit too. And now we're going to go back into our city screen. Let's see what else we have. So we have the temple, we have militia and settlers. Let's do our temple. So I think this unlocks like the chariot and some other stuff. Let me see what we have. So yeah, civilization. Yeah, so we basically can unlock engineering once we have construction, and we can get the chariots. Code of laws. Let's do masonry because I know city walls are kind of an important thing too. All right, so this is the copy protection. So I actually have a PDF pulled up here. This is old school copy protection where it's like go to page whatever and like look up the symbol. Like X-Wing had one where it was go to the page and like what page has, or like these symbols are on a page of the book. What page is it on? So this one I got to go to page 81 through 90, and which civilization are to learn the advanced picture below. So it's 81 to 90. We actually just go to my PDF, go to page 81 or 90 here. This is, I know, very compelling content, but 81 to 90. And I got to look for a picture that matches that picture of the thinker. There we go. Philosophy, something about movement, restrictions, mysticism, and literacy, if that's an option. Mysticism and literacy. Congratulations, you proved your worthiness and long and glorious reign as sovereign. All right, cool. So basically, that's just the copy protection. We're going to save the game, even though it's not really saving. And I think we're building a temple currently. Doing some research. We have our temple, and then I think once we get masonry, we can do city walls. Don't know where the granary is. Let's see here. We'll do a chariot. All right, so we got masonry now. And masonry, basically, we can build palace improvements. We can get city walls, pyramids, and the Great Wall wonders, which are wonders of the world. Code of laws seems good. Or how about writing? Because I think you probably need writing before you do that. So this is kind of like your temple, so you can start building up your temple. It's kind of cool because you can just click on these and change up your stuff. So we'll do that. All right, is that our chariot? That's our chariot, so I'm actually just going to fortify that too. Go into our city screen. Let's do city walls. That'll just give us some nice defense. I definitely need to, I forget what you can do. I think it's pottery to get the granary. Pottery, let's actually check under for our advisors here. Intelligence, military. We haven't done any military losses because we haven't been in any fights yet. We can do writing now. And we're writing, what does that unlock? Unlocks religion, unlocks literacy with the code of laws, the diplomat, and the library. Let's see, is pottery? Yeah, pottery is there. I think we'll do that because then I think we can get the granary, which is used for food storage. All right, city walls are built. Oh, hold on, I didn't choose a thing. The diplomat, the library. Pyramid and Great Walls are cool, but those just take way too long to do. So we will do the library. I don't think I've met any of the other civilizations, so I don't know exactly who I'm up against. Okay, let's build. Let's actually build a settler, and that'll allow us to form or found another city. Okay, so we have pottery, which should give me the granary, I think. Granary and hanging gardens. All right, cool. We're good there. Let's do mathematics, because I think that gets you catapults. Okay, so we got our settler now. All right, mercenary tribe, got them. I'm actually going to use that other tribe. We're actually going to click here. I'm going to bring that group up here. Orders. Found new city. And since this newer city, I think, has less resources, it usually takes a longer time for it to actually like build stuff. So this new city, what do we want? We could do hanging wall. We could do, so that takes 60 turns. It takes a while. So let's actually just keep some militia there for a little bit. It only takes 5 turns. Move that thing into there. We're going to fortify that city. All right, let's fortify that as well. And we'll just keep doing maybe a couple more militias in there. They formed another settler unit, which I didn't necessarily. So we couldn't support that unit because I don't think we had enough resources for it. Let's go here. Let's fortify that. So what are we building here? I don't want to be able to build any more of those. So let's change. A grader is that row? Grader is going to take 60 turns. And what are we producing here? We'll continue producing that. So we'll fortify that. Let's build city wall. Takes 59 turns. Palace, barracks. Let's do a granary there too. So I think we have a granary being built in each city now. All right, save the game. Looks like we got attacked, but we repelled it. I think we got mathematics. Is that it? There's our granary. All right, good. That'll allow us to store food. Do you want to do a wonder of the world? Let's do, which one is the most beneficial? Let's do the hanging gardens. I don't know why we're doing that one, but that's what we're going with. Trade, military. Don't know where the tax code thing is here. Running out of funds. We're building the hanging gardens. Because I don't know if we've created like a currency system yet. So I don't know about that. But anyway, we'll have a granary there soon. Domestic advisor. All right. Is there a tax collector thing? I don't remember that being a thing you can get. Let's see. Tax collectors. There's diplomats. I don't think diplomats. Diplomats are more for dealing with other civilizations. Do city walls there. Funds are running low. All right. All right, we got mathematics. And mathematics gives you astronomy, physics, university, computers, and the catapult. Currency, do we have, is currency a thing? Mysticism, bronze working, map making, code of laws. Code of laws there. When I tested this little emulator out, I was playing as chieftain, so this is a little bit more difficult. I think we repelled that attack there. Let's just get our Wonder of the World and see what that does. Alright, so we're upgrading our palace there. That's good. Alright, we're about to enter AD. It looks like we got 40 BC, 20 BC. There we go. We're now in AD. Code of laws gives you those. Do I have currency? I don't remember what you need to get currency, so let's just go with literacy then. Another palace upgrade. Yeah, so I haven't had to interact with any other civilizations just yet. Alright, city walls there. Courthouse, we could do, let's see here. Let's do a barracks. Alright, another section for the temple. Yeah, I think that's the progress meter for the temple up top there. And we should be getting the, I think, hanging gardens, right? right, that's what we got now. Hanging gardens. All right, cool. That's a wonder of the world. So I don't remember exactly what the hanging gardens does, but let me see if that's shown here. Hanging gardens. Oh, let me see. City screen. Okay, let's change our production here. We have chariots, diplomats, city walls. Rome already has that. Great Wall of China. We can do that. We build a catapult. Barbarian raiding party. So I think we're able to get rid of them pretty easily. Let's do a library. All right, let's fortify the catapult. And with these temples, you can kind of mix and match the pieces and make it all cool, make it all customized. So Germany built the lighthouse there. So what it does, let's see, requires map making, gives you that. Increases sea movement. All right. Forget what the. Let me actually go to the PDF, and I want to see if I can search what Hanging Gardens does. Hanging Gardens. Built it. There's a Hanging Gardens. Let me see what the Hanging Gardens does. Possessing this beautiful monument brings great pleasure to the people of your civilization to result in +1 happy citizen in each of your cities. The magical effect of the Hanging Gardens expires with development of invention, because thereafter the gadgetry of the garden design became cheaply available to everyone. Knowledge of the gardens is required to get pottery. All right, cool. So basically that one just gives me a +1 kind of happy citizen, I guess. Another catapult. All right, let's change this up. Chariots, great walls. I think I already have a lot of stuff already. Is there a way to recommend what I should do? I don't really want a diplomat, because that means I had to kind of go out and interact with the other civilizations, which I don't really want to do. Let's do the Great Wall then. Let's see what our next research is here. All right, so we have a library there now. Build ourselves a courthouse. Like I said, I'm not particularly good at these games. I just like kind of building the cities and all that. Can't maintain the city walls, so we're losing money there. All right, so we have literacy. And I think this lets you build the Great Library, maybe? Yeah, Great Library, Democracy, Invention, which gets rid of, like I just mentioned in the PDF about the Hanging Gardens, it gets rid of the effect of the Hanging Gardens. Philosophy and Republic. I don't really want to do monarchy, so let's go with map making. Some barbarians are there. And we repelled both of those attacks. I think we went down in one, though. It was at 8, I think. Temple, city walls. Let's build a temple. And I think we'll just play until we have the that Wonder of the World built, and then we'll be calling it, I think. All right, so temple. Yeah, because usually by now I think I would already have the aqueducts built, but I know I can't maintain the city walls, but we'll just build them anyway. Because I think mathematics is required for aqueducts, but yeah, the Great Library is actually a really great wonder because it gives you any technology that two other civilizations already have until you get university. So a lot of these wonders of the world, let's see, they've got the observatory, doubles knowledge of production in a city until the development of the automobile. Oh, it's really good because the automobile comes much later in the game. Just depends on how fast you can actually go through the kind of science tree there. All right, city walls again. Let's do a catapult. Yeah, and in Civilization 1, it's a lot less. Oh, we have the Great Wall. There's that. Awesome. Civilization 1 is a lot less. It holds your hand a lot less than the other games. Like, the other ones will pop up advisors when stuff is necessary. This one just says, hey, you should do this. And it doesn't always pop it up like. So it's definitely, I think, more difficult than some of the newer Civilization games. We built here. Let's do a temple then. We'll just actually play until the next science research is done, and we'll see what that was. Change up the road there. Oh, we gotta fortify that. Yeah, what did I choose for research? I actually don't remember. We're in the 1470s already, so we're actually way behind where we should be for this time in the game. Yeah, 15, 16. We should probably be close to like, if this was real, we would have like maybe gunpowder close to having it. I don't remember exactly when gunpowder was like, I think it's like 1600s, 1700s, maybe. Oh, finally. So we actually have, we're meeting another civilization. So yes, the Zulus, we will talk to them. So basically, do we want to go to war with them? I mean, I don't really care. We'll ignore our hollow threats. That's when it gets weird. So it's like, they're like, give us this technology or we're going to go to war with you. You're like, no. And then they're like, we want to be friends anyway. So sometimes the AI is kind of weird. Are they attacking us? I don't think they are, but let's see. Okay, so they basically are now sneak attacking us. Romans canceled the peace treaty. We didn't really cancel it. They attacked us first, but we're able to repel most of those attacks, at least. We might not be able to repel that one. No, we did, eventually. We lost some units, but... Alright, so now we're talking to him again. You know, let's actually give the secret this time. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. Okay, so I gave them literacy and they're attacking me now. Alright, great. We still have the diplomat unit there. We'll just catapult them. Got him. Alright, nice. So what am I working on currently? Researching, we're still doing map making. Okay. Let's actually just order that thing to sentry. All right, I am running low on funds. I don't really know how to get more, but we'll see. Fortify that. Fortify that. I don't think we need to do another catapult. We can do a palace, a courthouse. But we already had that. And we'll actually keep the military there just in case the Zulus decide to come back again. They got the Colossus +1 trade. All right. So let me see now, because now I should be able to see top 5 cities, Civ scores. That's just my own Civ score, but let me see if world. It might not show you, because I think like it'll show you, and then as you meet other civilizations, they'll show up on the kind of list. Oh, here we go. Largest. I guess those Zulus aren't showing up on that list for some reason. I'm not sure why. Right, we're in the 1700s. Here comes some more military. That attack is repelled. And that guy just went south. I don't know where that... I think it was like a diplomat, maybe? Like a diplomat unit? Alright, there's map making. Navigation, the lighthouse. Let me see what else we can do. Horseback. Like, where is all the stuff that gives you like kind of like a? I haven't even done bronze working. I should probably be doing that. But like I said, we're already in the 1700s. We don't even have gunpowder yet, so we're definitely not doing well. But I think that's where we're going to end this video. I did not play this game as, like I said earlier, I am terrible at these games, but I still absolutely love the Civilization series, and this is kind of the game where it all started. Like I said, first time I played this was on my friend's Mac back in 1995, and I've been a fan of the series ever since, even though I am absolutely just god-awful at these games. But that's going to do it for this video. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We'll be back again in a few days. We'll be jumping into our third cycle in 1992 with an album, and then we'll be working our way through the rest of the decade like we always do. But that's going to do it for now. So remember to, thanks again for watching. Take care and have a good one. See ya.